Patrick, our government, our Labor government, has been far too close, in my opinion, to the pro-Palestinian movement and far too distant from the Israeli side in this war against the Hamas terrorist group. UK Labor is just as bad. I wonder what's going on in the water with Labor parties. Your Labor leader, Keir Starmer, has been forced to suspend 2 Labor candidates, one of them a former MP, for extraordinary anti-Israeli remarks. One, Azhar Ali, was suspended after a sick anti-Jewish conspiracy theory about that October 7 massacre that Hamas did that killed 1,200 Jews. His theory, Israel's Prime Minister deliberately let it happen. Here he is.
In Israel again, We'll not get Israel over the line unless we go at them hard. No British person should be fighting for any other country. At all, full stop. It's against the law and should be locked up.
And the other Labor candidate, Graham Jones, former MP, wanted to lock up any British Jews who fought for Israel and said, F Israel, or that effing Israel. What do you make of all this? This is an embarrassment for Keir Starmer, the Labor leader, isn't it?
Yeah, they're in absolutely massive trouble, and we've started to see the polls narrow very slightly, although Labour, of course, are still in the lead. The fact is that Labour are being confronted by the reality that they helped to create here. For a very, very long period of time, they put a huge amount of faith into the quotes-unquote Muslim vote. And now there's an issue going on with the Muslim world, and they don't support that issue, and now they're being absolutely rampaged through by, shock horror, British Muslims. The fact is that Labour MPs are now being hounded in the street. The deputy leader, the chancellor, all of these MPs are being absolutely hounded on the doorstep. And that MP that you heard from there, Azhar Ali, was booted out of a curry house by people in Rochdale, where he's standing for election, because his party is not backing officially a ceasefire. And so what's happening now is that you're seeing them panicking behind closed doors and desperately resorting to more and more extreme measures in order to try to appease that Muslim vote and people who are very, very anti-Israel. And that's what's going to continue to happen. The Labour Party are in a total mess. The big problem now for Keir Starmer's Labour Party is who else was at this meeting? What else is going to come out? And there is a slow, slow drip, drip, drip. And he's set himself a precedent, OK? It is worth noting that if Keir Starmer had been in power when Hamas invaded Israel and committed that attack, he would have lost half of his cabinet. Half of his cabinet would have had to go because of their views. You cannot really run a country like that, can you? It's a good job he's in opposition and not in power at the moment.
Yeah, well, that might just be a question of time. Patrick, I don't know if you're sick of talking about this. You opened up about something personal to you on the weekend. You said Nigel Farage saved you from an addiction to alcohol. And well, why did you come out with this?
Yeah, look, I wanted to use the platform that I have here to try to help others, really. I'm very, very grateful that I managed to get help in time, and there is, no two ways about it. Unfortunately, I would not be with us now. Some people might think that was a good thing, but I would not be with us now if I'd have not managed to get myself sorted. And I just wanted to try to share a message of strength and hope for people, really, and say that if you are struggling with addiction, as millions and millions of people are, that there is a way out of it and you can go on to live a completely normal life. As I said, there is only one thing in this life that I can't do now, and that is drink. I can do absolutely everything else. And I just wanted to try to highlight that. And the messages that I've had as a result of that have been quite inspiring, actually. And I do hope that plenty of people out there now can get a bit of help if they need it, because there is a way out of this thing.
Well, Patrick, I mean, I've said it before, I couldn't help but notice how much more energy and verve and all that. You look tremendous from the time that I first met you. I mean, I thought, good on you. But what was the push finally that made you do this?
Well, initially Nigel Farage called me and said, look, I know that you're drinking too much, and that meant that I couldn't really get away with it at work anymore. And then I've managed to go 18 months now, which is, a good thing one time. And I just decided that I wanted to get something out there on my own terms, what this industry can be like. And I just decided that now felt like a good time.
Well, Patrick, you've got a fan in me, and not just for that, but for everything. I love the way you tackle life, and I like the way you've tackled your problems, and, all strength to you. And I'm sure the viewers, many of whom are fans of yours, will wish you the very best and be grateful to you for sharing that message. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate that. Talk to you next week.